Okay, so this is the basic little lesson on how to make rolls and D&D dice and all that kind of stuff. So these are your, you know, all the little numbers are like a passive. So your passive strength is 14, passive dex is 12. All of these are passive abilities. The modifiers help with rolls. So let's say I need to make a dexterity roll. So I will click this, and it does the math for you. So I rolled a 12, plus 1 is 13. If you, for instance, have to roll, let's say 3d6s. You can click on it, the number of dice you want, and then it's going to roll out the dice, and then this little bar here will show you the total. And so you'll be able to add things on top of that. So like, then if you want to, if you also have to roll, like, let's say, a d4 self, no, d4 self, and then d6 self. You can now see your d4 and your d6. If you want to get rid of them, you click on them. Senses, all these are your saving throws. So if the DM decides to say make a constitution saving throw, or a dexterity saving throw, or a strength saving throw, you click on your modifier there, see, and then that's your save. Dice will disappear. And so the senses are your passive senses. Perception, investigation, and insight are mine. On not saving throws, but on normal passive senses, if you roll, like, let's say, I'm rolling for perception, and I rolled like a 10 total on perception, and my passive is higher, you take your passive higher number over the rolled amount. Let's head over to skills. These are your skills. So acrobatics, animal handling, arcana, athletics, deception, history, insight, all of these. And so how you click to roll a die, roll a d20, is you click on the modifier. So I got a 14. And then let's head over to actions. These are all of your actions during combat. Now, depending on the weapon you have, your unarmored strikes, all this. So to hit, you roll a d20 to hit, you press this. So 7 to hit would usually miss a target. Their armor class up here, 12. Armor class is, my armor class is 12, so you have to roll a higher than 12 to hit me. If this was your attack, the 7, you would not hit me. You'd miss. And to attack, you click on these to roll the dice. So like this. It'll tell you 4, 2, 6, or 4 on the D6 and plus 2 right there. Obviously, I have a little bit different thing than you would, but it's all pretty much the same. When it comes to these little boxes next to like short rest and natural recovery, so if you choose to use your reactions or like your featured abilities, and you use it, you click this saying that you've used it. Now if you take a short rest, which is I think an hour is a short rest, you can unclick it. It's just a little reminder that you used that ability, in quotations. And then when you have a short rest, you can spend that hour to unclick that button. Let's head over to spells. So, cantrips, free. These are free spells. So I can roll to hit, 18 to hit a target, and 7 acid damage. It should tell you like what kind of damage you're dealing. When it comes to spells, you'll see that I have slots. So if I use, let's say, a healing word, and I cast it at 1st level, it uses a slot. If I cast healing word at 3rd level, it uses a slot. If you don't have any slots, you don't have 3rd level spells in your disposal. I'm pretty sure for spells in quotations, you have to take a long rest to remove all your slots to be undone, or ask the DM. Let's go to inventory. Your inventory. So things like that have little boxes is you equipping those items. If you were to, let's say, go to sleep. Normal people wouldn't normally wear their, like, armor set while they sleep. They can get things like fatigue and whatnot for, you know, sleeping with their armor on. Unless, like you're um, hoofing it and sleeping on the ground or whatnot in your armor. I don't know. Ask DM for those things. And you can unequip your leather gear and say morning in the morning, put on your stuff, equip back on. Same with the backpack. Forgot to click that. I'm not going to go into my notes. I'm not going to go into description, just for context. These are all your proficiencies. I can wear light armor, medium armor, and have shields. I can use these types of weapons I can use any type of weapon, technically. But it just means that I'm not going to get extra bonuses because I'm not proficient in the ones that are excluded from this list. Languages. Common, Druidic, Giant, and Sylvan. And then you can also add to these lists if you go to a library and look up a language and learn another language. You can add more. Same with in inventory. If you go to a shop, you can manage inventory here and add the item the DM provides you with the item to add to your inventory. And then you can choose whether to equip and whatnot. Same with these attunements. I haven't gotten confirmation on one of them, so I won't really go into it, but you spend some time with a magical item to attune it. And so you have 3 slots of magical equipment that does some stuff that you can attune to if they have special abilities or whatnot. You can attune to these. Whenever attune to these, I keep putting quotations. That is pretty much it. 30 feet here. Your speed is how many spaces on a battlefield you can move. It's different with each, tile spacing. DM can go over that with you. If you want, if each tile is 5 feet, then on a map, say, you can, with 30 walking speed, you can move, what would that be, right? 10 spaces. Why am I blanking on it? 10 spaces. If it's more than that, you can just do the math that way. your initiative. So before we enter a battle, we roll initiative, and that's rolling 1d20 and adding your initiative. You can also click here and roll your initiative that way too. If you get hit or you heal, you can click up there, your HP management. Temporary hit points, if you get like special spells, can give you extra hit points. And then you can either say heal number amount to heal that amount, but you can't go over like your max HP. Same with damage. You click on damage, you put in the amount to take that much damage. And then conditions. These are all conditions that will do a number of things. Blinded, you can't obviously see in front of you. Disadvantage on attacks. Charmed can do a number of things. Deafened is you can't, for spellcasters, I think of a different thing. Deafened is, and obviously, yeah, you can click on them and it will tell you the things. I just want to make sure that I can't hear. Ability checks, okay. That requires healing, like perception and whatnot. Frightened. If you're frightened, if an enemy or something were to cause you to be fear of it, you can't, in action phases, you can't, you have to move away from that target. Until you can roll high enough to shake off that condition. Grappled, you can't move, and the opposing contender can hold you there to continue hurting you. You can't move out of that spot. Incapacitated. You lose your turn if you're incapacitated. Invisible, obviously, a spell that could happen. Paralyzed. Can do a number of things, like incapacitated. Poison, you'll take damage. Prone, you're on the ground. Restrained, makes sense. And unconscious does a number of things. exhaustion levels. Exhaustion is like a, you start losing things for how many levels it goes up to. Like disadvantage on stuff, and things like that. You can get up to some really bad levels of exhaustion, and it takes, I think it takes a full rest to get rid of an exhaustion point. 1 point. And if you don't do anything, whatnot, or you don't gain any more exhaustion points, you can slowly, within the days, to decrease it back down to 0. And then I think I've covered all that I think I want to cover. These here, the top one is a D20. One underneath it is a D12. Underneath that is a D10. I think this is a D100. It sure is a D100. Right below that is a D8, and then 6, and then 4. I don't know if we have coins, but we can figure that out when we get to that point.